I don't know if I'll get in trouble because I saved a few for video reactions and I don't remember if they have to get censored or not.
What are we even watching?
Cubes go into a pan. That goes on the stove to start melting.
So much
now we
butter.
gotta
What are you
have some
making?
potatoes.
This is Eggs Benedict?
Just gonna cut these all in half just like that. That's perfect. We're gonna throw those into a little bit of boiling water.
Yep, this is a M1911, which I thought was just a number code when I downloaded it, but everyone told me this is the actual gun. Don't worry, it has no bullets. Unless I say so.
Give them about 10 minutes just to kind of par cook, soften up a little bit.
Wait, why is
That's
it
it.
doing potatoes for Eggs Benedict?
Guys, butter's melted. What we're doing is doing some clarified butter here. If we're gonna make a hollandaise sauce, you gotta have that clarified butter. So we're gonna melt it down, and then we're gonna go ahead and skim that foam right off the top. And you'll see all those milk solids have settled to
Did you say the gun would destroy a small village?
the bottom, and what's in the middle there is our clarified
Yes,
butter.
but isn't it just usually served on bread? Eggs
Go ahead
Benedict.
and get this foam all skimmed off. Look at that. Perfect clarified butter. Okay, so now let's make our hollandaise. I got 8 egg yolks. I got a
think where they
splash
put
of
hot sauce in
Tabasco,
there.
little about an eighth of a cup of white vinegar, quarter cup of water, a little bit of white pepper. Now I'm gonna grate a lemon into
Yeah, the
here,
gummies
just
do it.
the peel, guys, not the white part. We don't want it to get bitter. Catch those seeds in your hand. Real simple. Give that a stir. Now those potatoes are cooking behind us. What we're going to do is we're going to put this bowl on that water where those potatoes are cooking. We're going to kind of froth these eggs. You want to keep this stirring the whole time. We
That is
don't
a
want
giant
scrambled
whisk.
eggs. We just want to heat these up slowly, and we'll keep it whisking, and it's going to start thickening up.
I would make scrambled eggs. I've actually never made a hollandaise sauce. I heard it's hard though.
You can see it's getting
Have you
there.
guys-
Guys, you can pull it in and out of the heat if you want. Kind of adjust your levels. Don't let it get too hot or it will scramble up on you. This is looking perfect. I got myself a towel I'm going to use as my bowl holder.
I thought they used oil. It's not worth it. It sounds a lot like Hugh Laurie's American voice. it does sound very American.
Go real slow. Whisk it in real good. We're incorporating some air. If it gets too thick, add a little bit of warm water. That's not going to hurt anything. And then get back to that butter. This is going to keep it real velvety, real smooth. One more zest.
Well,
Skin
that's
goes
the thing,
in.
like mayonnaise is made with oil.
We're ready. Hollandaise goes into a
But I
little
guess
dish.
hollandaise is supposed to be creamy.
Now, you don't want to keep this too hot or it'll break, so I'm going to set it on my top shelf. Just kind of keep it up there and keep it warm.
Mayo is a
Potatoes
warm
are ready.
crime. I don't
The
hate
butter's
it, but
great because
you don't need as much as what everyone puts in there. It's like a tiny bit. I prefer Kewpie mayo so far. Yeah, they'll put it on everything. And they put so much, but I'm like definitely a less sauce kind of person.
butter's good for browning food, and that's going to put a little brown crust on these potatoes.
Oh, man, I love just seeing a
So we're just
pile of
going to move
potatoes.
these around. I'm going to get them all covered up in that buttery mixture there.
Okay, how do you guys feel about warm mayo? Because people say I'm weird as fuck. I cannot eat mayonnaise warm. Like, if I've seen people like put it in a toasted, like a sandwich, then toast it and eat the warm mayo, and I'm like, gag.
And then, guys, we're going to go ahead and season them. I'm using this Cajun two-step. I've had it sitting around for a while.
Wait, no,
I'm
you're
going to go
weird.
real
What the fuck?
little bit salty. And I'm not going to add any additional salt. This has more than enough.
I've seen
All
all
right,
those
we add in our
recipes.
peppers and onions. That's it. Give that a nice stir. Guys, move those around back and forth. I got this griddle on about medium. I don't want to burn these things. Just let them get kind of crisp. And
Yeah,
I make a real
I like sour cream.
small little
That's why
centrifuge.
I actually liked yogurt sauces a lot.
So I got-
Yeah, that's the thing. I just don't like plain mayo. The plain mayo is the problem.
The egg on there. We go down with our hollandaise next. Guys, that's
But
looking
again, I would have like 1/10 of what people put on their sandwiches.
perfect. And of course, I have to have a couple potatoes on the side because I've already had one or two and they're delicious. Guys, look at that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, I don't even have hash browns for breakfast. I think it's because I have very light breakfasts usually. I like oatmeal and stuff like that for breakfast. If I'm awake, obviously. But I do love potatoes for everything. So I can't say I wouldn't like it because I do just love potatoes.
Burgers, and yes, they did change the word to autism, but I don't use it as freely because people always say, you don't look autistic, and it's like, yeah, I'm not chewing Legos, man. I mean, I'm sorry you don't understand it, but autism is a karate belt system now, and I've been given a white belt with yellow stripes. Sure, there are black belts who are affected the craft. He goes, it's autism now, and it's like, whoa, who drew that? TikTok, man? I mean, we had the word Asperger's, and we hate change. Why do you keep changing it? And he goes, Dr. Asperger was a Nazi, and that's sad, but I wasn't. That seems... Yeah, I love trains, Doc, but...
I think I only watched the beginning of this.
You guys are very late to that. That took you a second. Is it safe to say for you that might have been a slow burn?
Oh!
All right.
She appears calm.
Oh, this was a news
but
one,
turning
that was
this
easy.
shop was a Liverpool mother's desperate dash for safety.
All we see is a girl coming in saying, shut the door, and there was someone chasing her with a knife.
Instinctively, she backs into the corner with her pram
Even Australian news is on TikTok, guys.
inside and baby. Shopkeeper Simon Sari steps in, locking the alleged perpetrator with kitchen knife in hand outside, before arming himself with a Stanley knife.
Weirdly, we've had a rise in knife stabbing here.
Past 2 years, tries to defuse the situation around 7 last night, managing to convince the man to put the knife away. Minutes later, police tackle him to the ground and have him in handcuffs. The mother holds her daughter close, a moment of relief followed with a kiss, before she relays to police the horror of her night.
She was shaking, she was scared to death, she cried. She was so scared.
The 72-year-old has now been charged with carrying a knife in public, causing fear for safety. Released on bail, he'll front Liverpool local court on Wednesday.
Luckily, I closed at 9 and she could, seek help from me and I could help her.
So 2 hours later, this might have been very different.
Okay, what's crazy about that? The dude who was gonna do it was 72. And also, she didn't know him from interviews. It was just a random guy on the street with a knife. I think they go for mums because, you're in a situation where you can't get away with the baby. You have a license for the knife and then license for the license. That's the thing. Okay, kitchen knives, no. You don't need a license, but for a samurai sword or something like that, you actually do need a license here. But do you have a license for that license? I just saved it because it looked funny. This is true. Same in Australia, you actually couldn't own a house or have a bank account for women until you were in the 70s too. You would think it's so much further back, but it wasn't. This is the craziest one, honestly. That was actually a thing in Australia too. Women weren't allowed service in pubs either. Yes. It was seen unladylike. Women weren't allowed to drink in any pubs in Australia for ages, dude. It's you just imagine it was so long ago, but my grandma went through the changes of these rules. Imagine not being able to go to a pub and see a woman. I never understood why we had higher taxes on things. It's odd. The whole family, exactly. Yeah, the women got rights, the babies got some rights. Oh, I love this.
Correct?
Yes. Yes.
True. Okay.
They all play D&D.
Some other people do too.
Nerds!
What would you say are each other's classes?
Terry is, of course, a level 10 assassin lord. 18 constitution plus 5 ice flame sword. And Joe, of course, 11th level illusionist with flight and charm powers. And
I found it funny that he's playing a pixie.
2 loot playing abilities.
Woo!
Taylor is, of course, 8th level druid. You present very nicely on TV, and I mean this as a compliment, but you give off dirty forest hippie vibes.
Wow!
All
You
play
give off
D&D,
dirty
correct?
forest hippie vibes.
Who would you save in a burning building, me or Kenzie?
You?
And the cat took that
Save in a burning
perfectly.
building.
Cats understand English. They have been proven to be able to read. They just don't want to listen.
Hash between the Mothman statue's ass crack again. So the Mothman statue, which we've been sent pictures of, and you've seen that, right? That's that silver statue.
Yeah, based on the Mothman story you covered a million episodes ago.
Yes, the Mothman statue has cakes for days And so this is why people are
Oh,
stepping.
yeah, I saw that. It looks so
cash
good.
in that
Oh,
ass.
it's
Look at it.
like that's what they wanted. Why does the Mothman have an ass, B, a crack in it, C, a crack large enough to literally stuff dollar bills?
Exactly.
into?
He has the whole bakery, son. He's just stuffing the whole bakery in there. They were asking for trouble. Obviously. Yeah, he got that dumpy for real.
Better. I crashed everybody in the server. There's only 7 people in here now.
He crashes.
I feel like I can't be in a relationship with you because it kind of
This is VR chat, Jeremy. If you don't know what VR chat is, you're saner than most people.
I like multiple other people, and I can't do that to you, and I don't want to do that to you.
This is so good.
The only person that could actually calm me down in this world is Sync, and I can't have Sync because Sync doesn't want me, and Sync is a bad person.
Ouch! Let me stop then. You obviously haven't met Sync as much as I have.
How long have you known Sync?
Years. Have you dealt with his pedophile stage?
What?
Because I stopped that from happening.
Pedophile?
Sync is not. He's a good person. He'll sit there, he'll talk to you. Yes. But he, deep down, he will fuck you over.
He will fuck you, period. You're
He's on
15.
nice in a relationship. Like, not in a relationship.
Okay, so yes, what exactly? Okay, let's break that down. I was gonna pause, but didn't realize that was so close on there. Let's break that down for you, because she wants to date a guy, but she likes multiple guys at once. Had a pedo phase. But don't worry, the other guy says he's really he's a good guy, but he'll fuck you over. Can you listen to that stupidity?